Good morning, and today we're going to have an introduction to Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Starting with the author, Chinua was born in 1930 in Oshodi, Nigeria, which is in Africa. He's considered to be the most widely read and influential African novelist. And Chinua's father taught at the missionary school where he was educated. Now, Chinua Achebe witnessed firsthand the mix of benefits and ills that the Christian religion brought to the Igbo people. He was also educated on European literature that depicted the African people as primitive savages. Therefore, Achebe's work helped reshape the perception of African history and culture. Because he once stated, "Until the lions have their own historians, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunters." And so here are pictures of Chinua Achebe. Now, where we are set is in the country of Nigeria. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa, and it's twice the size of the state of California. It is also a large oil supplier to the U.S. Now, Nigeria was under British rule from 1890 until 1960, when their independence was finally achieved. And from 1966 to 1999, Nigeria was ruled by a series of military dictators. And here is Nigeria in Africa. So democracy was finally established in Nigeria in 1999, and the history of the violence and the oppression in Nigeria affected Achebe and his telling of this story. It became one of his purposes in writing Things Fall Apart. So with the story Things Fall Apart, it is set in the late 1800s and early 1900s, or at least sometime during the British conquest of Nigeria, which lasted from 1890 to 1906. Things Fall Apart was written and published in 1958, while Nigeria was still under colonial rule. And about the clash before the traditional Igbo or native culture, the missionaries and the colonizers of Britain were the ones that were essentially the part of the story. Now, with Things Fall Apart, this is the most influential African novel. It has been translated into more than 50 languages and has sold over 12 million copies. And Things Fall Apart depicts the inner struggle and human frailties of a strong man within the Igbo culture as he deals with the uninvited changes to his culture. Now, Chinua Achebe wrote Things Fall Apart to create a complex and sympathetic portrait of the traditional village culture in Africa. At this time, too many Africans were ready to accept the European judgment that Africa has no history or culture worth preserving, and this is why he decided to write. Now, Achebe's main purposes in writing this novel were to inform the outside world about his Igbo cultural traditions. He also wanted to remind his own people of their past and declare that it had value. Finally, Achebe wanted to address the Western perception of Africa as the dark continent, full of mystery and unknown. It really is just another human culture. Now, in the story, divergence is one of Achebe's greatest tools, and to deviate means to depart or to go away from. He often digresses from the plot to relate cultural anecdotes, and by doing so, he shares Igbo traditions and the richness of the culture. So you should try and embrace it. Don't let it confuse you. It almost feels like you're reading two different stories, almost a nonfiction history of the Igbo people, and you're also following along with the 1890s to 1906 story of the colonization of Great Britain in Nigeria. Now, the title of the book is an allusion. The title of the book comes from a line in the poem The Second Coming by the famous English poet William Butler Yeats. Now, an allusion is a literary device that makes a reference to a famous person, place, or event of literary historical significance. Now, when we take a look at Things Fall Apart, there is the actual story where you're following along with an Igbo man and how he is dealing with the colonization and the loss of his culture. But the other part of the story deals a lot with the native Nigerian culture of the Igbo or the Igbo people. So I've got several photos here of what it is that you can imagine you would see in the book. So say perhaps if you're looking for a village scene. So we take a look at maybe more modern day. This would be what would look like a mud house in the Igbo villages. Now, if you were going to depart from the village and move a little further way out, you might see a Nigerian farm like Okinoko's right here. And of course, you have the Igbo warriors. Now, we also have the Igbo wrestlers. Again, manhood is very important in the Igbo culture, so you're going to see a lot of them talking about the warriors, the wrestlers, owning homes, their farms. And of course, with all cultures, you're going to see a lot of music, and so here are some Igbo dancers. And again, with culture, you're going to have religion. So here is an Igwugwu. And we have a picture of Igbo men and boys. And a Nigerian dance mask. And finally, when we see the missionaries come in, you will see a Christian church. Thank you so much for stopping by for an introduction to Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart. If you'd like me to go through chapter by chapter, or you'd like to learn more about African literature, please leave a comment down below on what more you'd like to learn. And as always, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed.